Hello, how's it going? I'm having a rough day, let me tell you. So I kind of point out that I'm straight, heterosexual, um, um, but I really love classy, talented, uh, respectful people. But the comparison would be if you were to live in a Latin American, Native American gangster community where car crashes, okay, I say that with a smile because I grew up in a place where people were smoking pot constantly. Um, Not because I think it's like at all a good thing, but that's the kind of the comparison that if you were to live in that and also to have years of isolation from anyone from your culture, okay, um, uh, um, if you had a someone who you really loved and you really appreciated and was really on the same level as you, and you guys went to the wildest party together because she said it was okay. That's you know, you know the coolest stuff is for me. I love that, because it's about actual communication and English speaking for sure. Okay, yes, that especially. Um, the other thing is this nominalization. So, because this could relate to a catchcall, okay, and the CIA, and the Supreme Court, United States, can both relate to this profoundly. Okay, this would be the CIA Brennan Center. My name comes from is effectively Richard Nixon's right hand man. This was never ever recognized by my parents or my family. No one noticed except for me, and I just know that if you listen to the radio, you can get subliminal messages. My brother is also in line with this. I don't really research women, so um, basically, a little bit, but I only the ones who I think are fantastic. Okay. Um, in a very thoughtful way. Um, so the nominalization. So basically, I'll pick the one that's the most bluntly obvious. Uh, B, Supreme Court Justice B.M. Kavanaugh. Um, he is nominated in 2018, and about 3 days later, about 3 or 4 days later, wildfires start, and there's a series of them. They go on for months, and this is the same time as a volcano and a hurricane, and all this stuff are all trying to merge very close to where I'm at. Um, and this was, yeah, very, very, very close. Okay. Um, but the wildfires in California, this did hundreds of billions of dollars just spent trying to fight the fires. Okay. Um, it should be noted in Russia that they just says, oh, just let it burn because what do you know, it's very difficult if you don't prevent stuff. An ounce of prevention, you could do that feasibly to make recreational economies out of an environmental reality. You could do that. Um, but not if you don't sponsor people. This is the no taxation without representation. Um, so that people like George Washington, even though they don't have the American big sister, which all the inventors in America have effectively, has to invent war like Charlie Wilson. Um, George Washington needs to escape from the poverty, from the unhappiness that enables war to happen. And those fires are effectively war because they're all aligned completely with my social media reality. And these are thoughts that I'm doing entirely in my head, which need to be written down. Especially their quadratic equations, and it's rather stressful. And one a simple distraction, and I basically lose focus of it rather easily. But certainly the nominalization thing is the cat call, and this is basically, if you don't call my name, I don't have a clue. Okay, no matter how many subliminal messages are sent on the radio or on the internet, it just absolutely does not register unless you absolutely say my name. And by not doing that, you are creating a weapon, a hundreds of billions of dollars, beloved artists just mysteriously dying because my name specifically isn't said. B.M. Kavanaugh, you know, and the world burning, okay, and thousands of houses burning, and smoke, volcanoes, endless absurdities, just to the extreme. Certainly. And yeah, and I point out a lot of these things. The only child is just as bad as the big sister equation, Hillary Clinton, and certainly the Brennan Center at the CIA Brennan Center, and the B.M. Kavanaugh, Notre Dame. This sets up the ultimate disasters for sure. It makes the ultimate excuse. And those excuses are radical. And the Supreme Court themselves, you could say, oh, we need security, personal security we need for our house and stuff like that. It's, okay, Congress to Kremlin, there's no such thing as that unless if you have no internet, phone. Basically, you never go outside, you never identify yourself. And everyone has a phone now. Okay, 95% of the, maybe 90%, I don't know. And the rest of them know someone, basically. It's the idea that you're safe, that you have immunity. Okay, you're forgetting that the world has burned and that the technology has advanced. And drones, some of them are getting bigger, some of them are getting exponentially smaller. Okay, and anyone who's left the house, especially with a phone, which is again a vast majority of the population, even if they're just going to a show, okay, in that environment where all those elements, all those random people are there, this is very serious stuff. And if you have corruption as your mainframe, you can't call someone's name. That's the corruption. That is it. Absolutely. Okay, I'm telling you. In 2001, I thought for sure someone was going to just blurt out my name and an urgent sort of plea. Because they didn't say my name, I just thought there was some crazy person, maybe on drugs, on television, on cable TV. And I got out of there because that's my experience. The gangster or the drug abuse, especially in California, these schizophrenic pot smoking delusions originate heavily from Latin America. And again, if you were to live, and I had good friends, but I'm telling you that things were safe when I was there because I'm hyper aware, and I do that out of survival. Okay, but other people in that Latin American gangster, Native American Twilight Saga could be utterly vulnerable. Okay, that's um, that's just simply seriously how car crashes. Mexico is famous for that. I think it was originally rated as the most dangerous place in the world to drive, right up there with South Africa. Just that's only because of the roads. In Latin America, it's much more the convict population or something like that. Um, but yeah, this is, you know, again, if I had someone who I really loved and really got along with and could really be creative with and really have super rapport, going to the gayest party in the world and laughing along, it wouldn't bother me if I had someone who I truly loved. Okay, it's not my first thing I would think about. Okay, it's just not. But again, if there was someone who I really got along with, who said it's okay, let's go, this is fun. We all speak English. We all, yeah, um, yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, if they had someone who they really loved, they go just about anywhere as long as they said it was safe and you could believe them. You know.